I'm a tech geek, and so I try to learn about new technologies, and I was always up to speed on blockchain, but I'd never really spent any time with smart contracts. And so I decided to mint some NFTs.
I remember that.
And they sold, which was shocking to me, but it got me understanding how smart contracts work. And in particular, when I minted it and it started asking me for royalties, and I'm like, I sounded like Kevin, right? Royalties, yes. Royalties. Tell me more. And so then it finally dawned on me that, a smart contract on a chain is universal and standard, and the royalties that can be applied there change the game in terms of collectibles and digital file sales. And that, pursuing it from that side of it was groundbreaking to me, and that really got me excited. Bitcoin is not a hedge to inflation. There's no world, no lifetime, no circumstances ever is Bitcoin a hedge. They're not correlated to the money system. It's a great narrative for selling Bitcoin, but there's no correlation there whatsoever. I mean, just look at recently, right? Inflation keeps on going up, Bitcoin go down. You don't see when interest rates go up along with inflation, it becomes more expensive for people to buy Bitcoin. And so it actually puts a lid on the price of Bitcoin.
But isn't that just part of the adoption cycle? I mean, if you take inflation over a period of time, you take Bitcoin over a period of time, inflation goes up, Bitcoin goes up.
That's supply and demand. That's supply. Okay. Supply and demand is undefeated, right? As long as you get more demand and less supply, the price is going to go up. But look at gold, right? They talk about gold as a hedge to inflation. Gold's not a hedge to inflation. Gold isn't a hedge to anything, right? It's just a store of value that is not even a very efficient store of value. Bitcoin's a more efficient, better store of value than gold. There's $10 trillion in people who own gold in one form or another. That's a market for Bitcoin to go after. And that and just other people looking for store of values makes it, a legit investment. And that's why I own it. But the whole idea that it's a hedge against inflation is ridiculous. DeFi I like because, look, I can borrow money in 30 seconds. Look, I've got money in the bank and I want to borrow money against it. I got to call bankers and deal with forms and banks and all that kind of stuff. And it's a hassle. So, centralized money exchange is a hassle. Decentralized is a lot easier, a lot more efficient, even though it's over collateralized for the most part. It's still a better way to do it. So I'm a big fan. But, the only qualification to that I'll give you is that DeFi, I said on stage, one of my favorite Warren Buffett sayings is first there's the innovators, then there's the imitators, then there's the idiots, right? DeFi was a great innovation. Then there was a lot of imitation, and you're seeing it jump from chain to chain to chain, right? Now you're starting to get the idiots who are trying to, add one feature or this feature or that feature. So you've got to be careful. So DeFi, where you've done, DYOR, where you've done your homework and it's strong, is great. I think there's a real opportunity.
What are your favorite projects in DeFi at the moment?
I don't know if I have any favorites per se. I use Aave a lot. I learned early on just chasing yield doesn't really work. So rather than chasing yield, I chase stability. There's certainly value in NFTs. But again, NFTs are more a proof of concept for smart contracts. And so like at the Mavericks, we give away NFTs to people who actually come to the games, and so they're free if you actually attend the game. You got to scan in, and when you scan in your regular ticket, you get a free NFT, one per account. And that's led to people collecting them, which has created the value, which in some cases, the value of the free NFT you get is of more value, and they're sold to more than the price for the ticket they paid. And so trying to create a value proposition for NFTs right now is the biggest challenge. But really, NFTs are, the way we're seeing them now, NFTs are collectibles, right? And, collectibles are collectibles. There's things I collect and NFTs and physical collectibles. I just think NFTs are a better implementation of collectibles than physical collectibles. NFTs for creators are amazing, right? Because they can keep on getting paid over and over again if they build enough of a community. NFTs as money-raising propositions like fractionalization for real estate, there's still a lot of questions there on the value proposition there. It really just depends on the application, but that's normal in any industry, right? Where you go from, okay, there's a lot of pain in 2017, 2018, to now there's a lot of experimentation, and you're starting to see some of the wins that are coming out. Bored Ape and others. And then you're starting to see other applications using NFTs that are non-collectible ones, like we use for tickets or whatever it may be. And there'll be more of those. But, smart contracts can do a lot of things, and you're just going to see more applications. Ethereum and Polygon that I both own a lot of, you can start to see the utility. You're starting to see more and more applications pop up there, and we'll see what happens with ETH 2.0 in terms of fees, gas fees. And I think Polygon's done a great job. And you've got other blockchains trying to do the same thing, but all the blockchains are kind of in a death war, right? Trying to get users and applications. And I think whoever comes up with applications where just somebody walking down the street in Miami can say, oh yeah, I use that. Just like, Instagram, at the beginning, what the hell is Instagram? And then everybody got it, went viral, right? We haven't gotten that first viral mainstream crypto-based application yet. We will. That's what I'm looking for in terms of investments.
You mentioned Ethereum and you mentioned Polygon, which are both Ethereum.
Right.
So you look at other blockchains, you look at Solana and Avalanche.
Yeah, I look at all of them, right? But I don't see, they're trying to build developer bases, but I see a lot of Me Too stuff.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3,000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really, really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.